Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aisyah binti Ghazali. My metric number is 30793. For my individual assignment, my topic is a study on Burma's auto berhad, performance and determinants. This study focus on the financial performance of Burma's auto berhad, measured by return on equity (ROE), and examine how internal firm-specific factor and internal macroeconomic factor influence its performance. Burma's auto berhad faced several challenges, including intense competition from China's automotive brands and changes in distribution right, which have affected sales and profitability. These challenges have caused fluctuation in ROE and raised concern regarding the company's financial sustainability. Based on this issue and supported by previous study, this research hypothesized that internal firm-specific factors have a significant impact on ROE, while macroeconomic factors have a weaker or less significant effect. Therefore, the objective of this study, first, to examine the impact of firm-specific factor on ROE, second, to examine the impact of macroeconomic factor on ROE, and third, to analyze the combined impact of both factors on ROE. Regardingly, the research question focused on whether these internal, external, and combined factors significantly affect the ROE of Burma's auto berhad. Moving on to the literature review, the study is developed based on previous research related to corporate performance, profitability, risk, and leverage. Our study commonly measure firm performance using return on ROE, return on equity (ROE), and return on asset (ROA), reflect how efficiently a firm generate return for shareholder. In terms of internal factor, our study highlight the importance of credit risk, operating risk, and leverage risk. Credit risk is commonly measured using the average collection period, which reflect the efficiency of receivable management. Operating risk is measured using operational risk, operational ratio, and operating margin, which indicate cost efficiency. Leverage risk is measured using debt-related ratios such as debt to asset and debt to equity ratio, reflecting capital structure divisions. For internal factor, previous studies suggest that GDP growth, inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rates, and employment rate may influence firm profitability. Based on this study, this research select ROE as the independent variable, which internal and external variable derived from established theoretical and empirical frameworks. Next, I will explain the methodology of this study. This research used Burma's auto berhad as the sample, covering a period of 10 years from 2015 to 2024, resulting in 10-year observation. The data is obtained from the company annual report and official macroeconomic sources. This analysis applies ordinary least square using multiply linear regressions analysis through IBM SPSS version 26. In line with the data analysis section, this study mainly focused on model 3, which examines the combined impact of internal and external factor on return on equity. In the internal variable represent profitability, credit risk, operating risk, and leverage, where the external variables include GDP, inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rates, and unemployment rates. Model 3 is emphasized because it provides a more comprehensive explanation of how firm-specific and macroeconomic factors jointly influence the financial performance of Burma's auto berhad. Now, I will discuss the finding of the study, beginning with Model 3, which combine both internal and external factors. Based on descriptive statistics, Burma's auto berhad show a moderate and relative stable ROE, indicating reasonable return to shareholder. The company also demonstrates efficient asset utilization and effective receivable management. For the correlation analysis, ROE show a stronger relationship with internal variable. For example, debt to asset ratio show a noticeable relationship with ROE, highlighting the importance of leverage. In contrast, GDP is one variable that is not statistically significant, indicating a limited internal influence. The ANOVA result indicates that the regression model is statistically significant with a p-value below 0.05, confirming that the independent variable jointly explain variation in ROE. Moving to the model summary, a comparison of all three models show that model 3 record the highest adjusted R-square value, making it the most powerful model in explaining ROE. Model 1 also shows strong explanatory power, while Model 3 record the weakest performance. In my analysis of the three model, return on asset and debt to asset ratio consistently emerge as the most significant predictor of ROA, such as P less than 0.05. In Model 1 and Model 3, ROA has the strongest influence with a t-state of over 36, implying that for every unit increase in asset efficiency, shareholder return improves significantly. Debt to asset ratio also show a significant positive impact, suggesting that if financial leverage is being used effectively to magnify return. Notably, Model 2 revealed that internal factors like GDP and inflation are not significant, indicating the firm is resilient to macroeconomic shift. The implication is funding align with the resource-based view, where internal capability and strategic capital structure are far more critical in driving equity value than the internal economic environment. To include this study find that the financial performance of Burmese Auto Berhad measured by ROE is mainly influenced by internal firms specific factors, particularly profitability and leverage. Among the three models tested, the combined internal and external model provide the strongest explanation of ROE, although internal macroeconomic factors alone are not significant. Based on this funding, it is recommended that Burmese Auto Berhad focus on improving asset efficiency to enhance ROA and optimizing its capital structure to avoid excessive leverage. In addition, strengthening internal risk management and operational efficiency is essential to ensure sustainable long-term performance. That's all from me. Thank you.